I'd like to thank my colleague and all of my colleagues, Madam Speaker. I'd like to focus my comments on the attacks on the Irwin County Hospital and the staff at the Irwin County Hospital. And one of the things that I'd like to make very clear is while I was not invited to the event at the Irwin County Detention Center that my colleagues had, even though it is in my district, I was on the telephone with people who were there at the time, including our local hospital administrator, and I have been to that facility. And one of the things that I want everybody in this Congress to understand is the surgical procedures are not done at the Irwin County Detention Facility. They're not. They are done at the Irwin County Hospital. And so when you talk about procedures being done at the Irwin County Detention Facility, it's just false. They're done at the Irwin County Hospital. The detention facility is not set up to do surgical procedures. So the question is, how do we get here? Well, there was a whistleblower complaint filed by a group named Project South on September the 14th of 2020. I've got a copy of the complaint. The complaint focuses on COVID and challenges that the facility may or may not have had with COVID. And every facility in the United States, including this Congress, had challenges with personal protective equipment and COVID and how we were handling those issues. Now, in this complaint, which focuses predominantly on COVID, they make an allegation of hysterectomies. And I want to read to you from one of the AP articles. It says, but a lawyer who helped file the complaint said she never spoke to any women who had hysterectomies. Priyanka Bhatt, staff attorney at the advocacy group Project South, told the Washington Post that she included the hysterectomy allegations because she wanted to trigger an investigation to determine if they were true. And the investigation has been triggered. And we all want the investigation to go forward. And we want the facts to come out. And nobody wants the facts to come out more than those of us who live in that area. Nobody wants the facts to come out more than the doctor and the hospital and the staff at that hospital and the people who work at the detention facility. I'd like to share with you a couple of quotes from some other AP articles. This is from the Washington Post. The advocacy group that filed the complaint, Project South, did not make the hysterectomy allegations the focus of its September 4th complaint to DHS, a complaint that alleged there is poor medical care and novel coronavirus risk at the ICE facility. The attorney at Project South, who was the lead investigator for the complaint, said in an interview with the Washington Post that she did not speak to or identify any women who had undergone a hysterectomy. Madam Speaker, I'd like to have submitted for the record this Washington Post article.
Without objection.
Here's another article from Reuters, where the Mexican foreign minister said on Thursday that the government has not yet found any proof of forced sterilization of Mexican women being held in migrant detention facilities in the United States. Madam Speaker, I again would like to submit this for the record.
Without objection.
Now, somewhere between September the 14th and September the 25th, House Resolution 1153 was drafted. And I think that that date is extremely important because, you see, the resolution was drafted before you even went to the ICE detention facility in Irwin County. It was drafted before you even got on the site to see what was actually happening. And on the facility on the 26th, the hospital administrator was there. And a couple of things I want to point out. One is the hospital administrator is a lady. She's a good lady, and she's a good hospital administrator. And the doctor is an immigrant. Now, everyone who came to that facility had the opportunity to meet with the hospital administrator, and every single one of you refused the opportunity to get the facts from the hospital administrator. Never mind the facts, and you wonder why people hate us up here. I have a statement, Madam Speaker, I'd like to read from the Irwin County Hospital, who wants a complete and thorough investigation. The Irwin County Hospital is aware of various allegations of misconduct against individuals being detained at the Irwin County Detention Center. The Irwin County Hospital is committed to the safety and welfare of everyone in our care, including patients referred for care from the Irwin County Detention Center. From 2017 to the present, 2017 to the present, 2 individuals in detention at the Irwin County Detention Center were referred to Irwin County Hospital for hysterectomies. You have made accusations of mass sterilization. You should be embarrassed by your conduct. You don't want an investigation because you don't want the facts. 2,
Madam Speaker, I yield the gentleman another minute.
The gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
from 2017 to the present, 2 individuals in detention at the Irwin County Detention Center were referred to the Irwin County Hospital for hysterectomies. Mahendra Amin, MD, performed these 2 procedures. Dr. Amin is a longtime member of the Irwin County Hospital medical staff and has been in good standing for the entirety of his service to the Irwin County community. Irwin County Hospital is and will continue to cooperate with any and all regulatory investigations related to health care services provided at Irwin County Hospital. Dr. Amin has only performed 2 hysterectomies in 3.5 years on detainees at Irwin County Hospital. This has been acknowledged by independent reviews by ICH, ICDC, ICE, and even the Associated Press. Independent peer review has confirmed those cases were medically necessary. Irwin County Hospital is the closest hospital facility to the Irwin County Detention Center. The CEO of the Irwin County Hospital was available to the Hispanic caucus during their visit to the detention center. The warden made the caucus aware of her presence at the facility and availability, and no questions or interactions was made by the caucus. You absolutely refused to even speak to the lady that runs the local hospital because you don't want the facts. Madam Speaker, I ask that this statement be submitted for the record.
Without objection.
I yield the remainder of my time.